talk surrounds the possible return of a prodigal grandfather. On the pitch, St James's hosts the homecoming of a prodigal son. Not since his debut for Tottenham more than 12 years ago has Paul Gascoigne played a competitive match on this ground. Much leaner and fitter than for a long time, he's been Everton's outstanding player so far this season. As for Newcastle, they make one change from the team that won at Middlesbrough on Monday. Laurent Charvet's move to Manchester City is all but complete, so Warren Barton, the vice-captain, returns at right back. Gascoigne's role in the Everton lineup is an important one, providing the link between a four-man midfield and a lone striker, Kevin Campbell. Steve Watson is the other former Newcastle man. Two more, Ferguson and Pistonia, injured. Mark Hughes has been left out, but there is a debut for newly signed Israeli international winger Idan Tao. Referee Mark Halsey adjusting his watch to northeast time. He's in charge on FIFA Fair Play Day. Newcastle playing from the right, fresh from what their manager called their best performance in his time at the club at the Riverside on Monday. Everton in blue, still stricken by an injury list that is uncomfortably long, although their manager Walter Smith tells me that he's getting to the stage where maybe next week, for the first time this season, he might be able to field an unchanged team. An unheard of luxury in a campaign that's been riven by injury. There's tangle involving Gascoigne, also involves Kieran Dyer, the new Newcastle tyro. And on a day when everyone has the word Robson on their lips, we shouldn't forget poor old Robbie either. Kieran Dyer. Tal tried to pull him back and then backed off. Cordone to Shearer. Only the Argentine forward. And Xavier should have cleared it. The fact that he didn't almost allowed Speed to score. A moment of indecision from the Portuguese. And maybe Gary Speed wasn't expecting to get the ball, as it seemed certain that Abel Xavier would clear it. Everton's manager just looking for the opportunity to be consistent in his selection, but so many injuries, so many problems. Through the middle it goes for Shearer. Watson with him. Shearer kept his footing, but Watson has stuck to his task very well. First it seemed that the former England captain had got beyond Steve Watson, but back he came. This is Gravison getting some joy on this right side. Gascoigne very quickly in. The home crowd getting on the back of Domi for dallying. Here comes Gascoigne again. And Everton have it with Tao. Campbell, Domi got more of it. Here's Niarko. Oh! Really powerfully struck, and when the ball came out again, the flag was up against Tao, but Niarko hit that with great power. Good accuracy as well, and it really stung the palms of Shay Gibbon. Here's Gallagher. Cordone has found some space, and so had Kieran Dyer. Unquestionably the best chance of the half. And had it fallen to someone perhaps a couple of inches taller, it would have been 1-0. Gallagher the substitute, the provider. Watson. And here's Gascoigne. Stride for stride with Lee. Gascoigne knew the tackle was coming in. Watson. And Watson eluded Lee. There's Pembridge. Well, there are appeals for handball coming from Mark Pembridge. The referee has dismissed them with a shake of the head. Everton felt they had a case, but it remains goalless. And whether it was a hand or another part of the anatomy, it diverted a goal-bound shot. Lee. Away from Gravison, who raised a leg as if to try and pull him back. Cordone. He was pulled back by Steve Watson. The referee was a little distance behind the play, but had a good view of it. That's the goalkeeper's view. It is Shearer to strike. Gerrard with the parry, and Ball got to it first, just ahead of Gallagher. And then that's a bad tackle by Michael Ball, a really poor challenge, right through the back of Gallagher. And the referee taking advice. Was it as bad as I thought? Well, there are 50,000 people here telling him it was a red card offence. The ball parried by the goalkeeper. And then on that far side, the pursuit between Ball and Gallagher ended in very unseemly fashion. Shearer. Cordone wants the early ball. It's Gallagher. And Shearer, control, shot, and a save, and a flag up for offside. But it was a good plunging stop by Paul Gerrard. The flag only went up after the ball had come back off the goalkeeper. Not the cleanest of control, but nonetheless a valiant stop. Must have thought about hitting it first time. Two players offside in an active area of play. Gascoigne. Had a fend off Lee, it seemed with an arm. And then Speed and Gascoigne renewing acquaintance. Free kick very quickly taken and well distributed. Watson, here's Campbell! Well, the first question is, how on earth did he miss? The second is, what's wrong with him? He hasn't moved since missing the chance. Well, the excuse for him is that he was under very heavy pressure. It was Solana who got back and did enough to put him off. Watson's cross couldn't be faulted, but really Campbell, from that distance, has to score. Campbell is back on, and David Weir has conceded the free kick. How often have we seen that down the years? Shearer vying with a central defender. It's a question of whether he was backing in or was leaned into. The referee has sided with Newcastle this time. Everton opting not to guard the two posts. This is Gary Speed. Gerrard with another noteworthy save. He would have seen it early because of the way the wall parted. Still had to get across. Speed. The springboard for another Newcastle counter. It should have been. Do better this time. He can win a free kick. Lee over the ball. Luar. Goma amongst those forward. That's a nice flick. This is Kevin Gallagher. A doughty block by Xavier. Now Niako. Campbell through the middle. Naismith to his left. It's a well-timed pass. And Campbell this time! He may have missed a sitter. Now he's scored one. And having been on the receiving end for much of the game, Everton are in front. Newcastle too casual, didn't get back quickly enough. And the substitute Naismith on his debut, making a real mark with a perfect cross. Kevin Campbell got the equaliser here last season. With 10 minutes to go, that might be the winner. And there's the man who set it up.
First goal of the game to Everton, the scorer number 9, Kevin Campbell.
Naismith. All too easily past Solano. Cover was from Hughes. And the result is a corner. Once more, the long wait. Gascoigne may be tired, but he's not as weary as he's making out in plodding across to take the kick. 5 minutes and counting. Niako, whose pass set up the goal. Well struck. Fairly thudded off the gloves of Shay Gibbon. Didn't go out for the expected corner. Gibbon hasn't had too much to do, save for picking the ball out of the net. But that was a shot of formidable power from Niako. Xavier. Now Lee. Speed. Dyer. Tackled by Unsworth. And Walter Smith on the touchline is going through agonies, but now he can relax. For Newcastle, 3 home games without a goal, only 1 point garnered, and for Paul Gascoigne, a triumphant return to the ground where he started his roller coaster career. The small pocket of Evertonians able to celebrate a 3rd victory of the season. And by far the most notable, thanks to Kevin Campbell, who missed a very easy chance and then took an easier one still. His first Premiership goal for 8 months, deciding this contest in favour of the Blues of Everton.